problem with the NGO sector? There have been quite a few reports that the government has been coming down heavy, and so how do you read?
I have difficulty reading it, to be honest with you. If I put myself in the shoes of a government, which I'm not, then I can understand that certain NGOs are uncomfortable for government. I personally come from a country where the reaction of a government would never be to crack down, because I come from the Netherlands and the society wouldn't accept it. India is not exceptional in the sort of BRICS category of countries in having a slightly different tradition. But personally, I come at it from the view of, inconvenient is inconvenient, but the best way is just to let it go. But then if you look at individual cases, which of course I'm not willing to discuss in any detail, because most of them are actually under discussion with the authorities, so inappropriate. You see a mix of discomfort and actually questions that the legitimate government could ask. So then I don't quite know, is this a legitimate question or is it a crackdown? I hope it's a legitimate question and not a legitimate question that serves for a crackdown. Because in the end, NGOs are incredibly inconvenient sometimes. They have been very inconvenient to the World Bank in our history in India, to be totally clear about it. But I'd still much rather have an inconvenient NGO than people not having the right to speak. Even if we ourselves sometimes feel the burden quite heavily. Sudeep can tell you stories about what we sometimes face when we try to do dam projects. I think you guys are probably broadly familiar with our history there.
So if when World Bank talks about India experience globally, when you talk about it, say in a forum in Washington or Paris or any other place, would you think the government's relationship would cloud the message that India is to get a better place to do business? Could it actually become retrograde?
I don't see a link between the situation in the NGO sector and the investment climate. I think by and large business people are not very NGO friendly, to be blunt. so I don't see that as an issue at all. I think the more interesting and important question on the NGO side is, I think it's really important for India to be a society that is open, democratic, where there is active debate. I think that is India's best trademark as an emerging superpower, or actually already a superpower, in which I often call India the benign superpower, and then I'm comparing it to a neighboring country, as I'm sure you understand. And I think that trademark is extremely valuable to India. I think the business community, all they want is stable regulation and good infrastructure. They'll be fine. I mean, they do great in China, and nobody would call that an open society. I mean, I wouldn't even be criticized for that by China if I say that.